Hi, this is Glenda, and welcome back to Terrors of Thalumbra Tradeskill Questline. Let's take a quick break for an incredibly generous guildie, and got some very nice loot, so yes, it's looking good. So I've picked up the ore from the hammer, and we're heading back to the dwarf to give him his sample to add to his collection, and hopefully he'll have some news on what he's trying to find for us. So. Did you get the sample of that hammer? I did. Here it is. And did you find any information about the mystery ore I brought? I found it does not match any of the ores described in our records. But wait just a moment. Yes? Look, the sample you brought from the hammer is, as I suspected, an ore that's not in our collection, and it's also an exact match to your mystery metal part. They must be from the same origin. And that origin is... Unfortunately, that is the question I don't have the answer to. I believe the hammer was made in ancient times, but our records of its exact origin are lost with Caledon and the Shattering. I am sorry, but that knowledge might be lost. What about the Coldane dwarves? Would they have any ancient ore samples? And again, more status and money. I doubt it. From what I hear, their journey was long and arduous, and very little of what they brought with them has survived. Certainly not ore samples. They had to build their home anew. Still, I suppose it doesn't hurt to ask. As I don't seem to have any better leads, so it can't hurt. Thank you for your help. You're welcome, and thanks for getting that sample for me. You're welcome. So, off to speak to the Coldane dwarves. Again, if you're a low-level character, you're going to want to be flying high here. Avoid all the critters. 53, so at the moment they're right for me, but very soon they won't be. You can either fly to the Nautical Bowl, which will land you slightly closer, but you've got to fly further, or you can fly to the Druid Ring, which will land you slightly further away, but you don't fly as far to get to the Druid Ring. 6-1 really, so. But I've got a shiny on the way, so always a good thing. So off to the Great Divide with us. And again, now we're in much higher level, so these are all going to be cut in red because they're level 90s. So fly up here, going to go in the back door through the waterfall. Ah, that's too much. Oh well. And in we go. Thogadin, city of the Coldane. Nothing should aggro you here, so you're welcome to just fly on through, although if you're a level 100 crafter, which you need to be to do this quest line, I'm sure you already know that. This little green feather at the back, Forge March to Gert.
Well met.
Forge Master, I have a question for you. Are you familiar with this type of metal? Let me see. By bro, that be fine work. Nay, I hain't never seen this type of ore before, and most samples and records were lost in our ancestors' travels here. The forge work looks dwarven, although a very old style. Where did ye get it from? This middle part is finding what looked like a stone elemental, but it seems to match the metal of an ancient hammer that hangs in the cathedral of the Underfoot in Caledon. Ah, the great hammer of myth and legend. I had heard about it, but I didn't recall all the details or the tales. You should consult the lawkeepers in the great library of Thurgoden. If there be any records left, they'd be there. Thanks, I'll do that. So, new quest, pretty much same reward as all the others so far. Keep heading round to the front door. And left here, out the door, back to the Great Divide. And then in through here and speak to the lawkeeper.
Greetings, traveler.
Hail and greetings. Are ye here for something specific or just browsing? Forgemaster Gert thought that you might know the origin of the great hammer that hangs in the cathedral of the Underfoot in Caledon. Well now, that's a mighty old hammer, and we didn't bring many records with us when we left the mainlands. I think I recall seeing a reference to such a thing, but it'd take me a while to recall where, and I've just not got the time right now. Please try and remember. Can I help speed things up? If you don't mind doing me other tasks while I search the records, then it'll give me the time I needed to recall where I seen it. Very well, what tasks need doing? We've an urgent need for more paper, and I'm assigned to gather the plants from the waste to make a fresh batch. Here's directions. If you can take care of all that, I'll look into the histories. Very well, paper coming up.
Hey!
Now you can fly over the top or go through if you don't. Zone crashes faster, but up to you. You also can't pre-gather this and have it ready. You have to pick it up as part of the quest, and actually it's a quest thing, so unfortunately you need to go and harvest these things, but they're right by the back door, so that's fine. Up here, past where we met Forgemaster Gert. And out the back door again. Back through the waterfall, and they're on the left and the right. There's one there. Let's pass through this bush. One. It's only a single harvest per plant. Two. And one up there. Three. And back we go. Back through the waterfall. Now you can cast your crafting table here and do it here if you want to, but there's one right by the person you're gonna hand it into. And as you got to get there, you might as well just head off there. Have we been here before? I think we might have. There is quite a bit of flying in this quest line, especially once you get into Moldor, it's called. Can't remember right at the moment. If you've done the adventure quest line first, one of the routes will be unlocked, so you can go through that way. If you're just doing the trade skill first, you'll have to fly around, which means longer journeys, and you've got to make the journey a number of times. If you have escape, that does make it easier, but yeah. So as I said, crafting table's right here. There's your sheaf of rust leaf paper, so craft these. There you go. Did you get the paper made? Yes, I hope this is enough. Did you find any records of the Great Hammer in Caledon? Not much, but I found one reference. The Great Hammer in Caledon was forged in Moldora and gifted to the King of Caledon during the Age of Monuments. Moldora forgework was highly prized for its quality and durability, not to mention that they found ore. And what is Moldora? It looks to have been a dwarven citadel predating Caledon. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to cross-reference any more information. You may be able to find a few more mentions of Moldora in the library, but I must get back to work now. Good luck to ye. Thanks, I'll take a look. Now these things here are going to be slightly random, so you're going to want to just scan shelves on this floor and the one above. If your cursor changes to a hand, you've got a ding. There's one. I've never found anything higher than these first couple of shelves here, so don't bother going above that. Okay, let's head upstairs. There's two. As you can see, different style of book. Thought I saw three here quickly. No. Let's try this side. Come on, must be one here somewhere. No. Check back here. As I say, unlike some other quests where the things are always in the same spot, these aren't, so you do have to hunt for them. Try back downstairs, see if I can find anything now. There's one. Yep. That's three books. Head back to this crafting station, and now you can transcribe notes. So I've got my transcribed notes, and have a chat to Anva, the lawkeeper. Hi again, any luck? It seems Moldora was an underground citadel and a stopping point between an underground trade route between the mines of Moradum and Caledon, but I haven't found much more. Moradum, the old Coldane, hey, old saying, not much heard nowadays, but used to when talking about extremely high quality ore. Fine as the mines of Moradum, me grandparents would say. I never knew it was a real place, thought it was just a myth of the old times in the Underfoot. The Underfoot? Perhaps an expert in the Underfoot might know more. And reward? I would imagine so, but where would you find such a person nowadays? I might know a guy, or even a duality. Thanks for your help. Okay, so now we're going to speak to the duality. Again, if you're level 100, you know all about them. If not, you're about to find out a bit more. Head over here to the Nautical Bowl. Head to Moors of Yakesh. I tend to go to the Wizard Spire because then I can use the teleports. You can also go to the Druid Ring and fly down from the other side. Personal preference, really. Altarian Ulterior Spire Portal. So you're going to go to the Sundered Frontier. And head down this way. Don't have to follow the path because I can fly. So pop over the top. And portal to Peniel. Drop down here. Could have taken the portal, but it's fine. And this door, so you came in through that door, there's a door to the right, door to the front of you, door to the left, you want the door to the left. It says enter the hall, but then you had a choice, you want to enter the dualities Vigilant Sanctum. And let's head across. Fortunately, this is a no mount zone, so while I officially have the mounts buff, I don't have mount speed or anything, which is irritating. Now, looking at the comments in general, I might not be able to get into Thalumbra, so but we'll get as far as we can. So before I start this, I'm gonna put a cut in here. If you're enjoying it, please leave a like, folks, and I will see you shortly.